When you talk about portfolio efficiency and inefficiencies in the portfolio and how important that is, especially in the distribution or retirement phase, but I've also heard you explain that kind of as four legs on a stool.
First leg on the stool is the allocation. Allocation is not necessarily diversification. Allocation is weaving together a portfolio that asset classes, with different asset classes, that complement each other over a long period of time, over a full market cycle. You're going to have exposure in small cap, mid cap, large cap, international, fixed income, short term, long-term, yield, not yield. So there's a lot of characteristics to asset allocation. Allocation typically leads anywhere from 60 all the way to 90% of the success of the portfolio. Second leg on the stool is deployment. Now, deployment is something you never hear about, but deployment is as important as allocation, but they too complement each other, okay? Deployment is what I'm allocating into. Let's say I put 40% of my money in fixed income, but I choose a fixed income product that doesn't meet the expectation of that 40%. In other words, it's not complementing the rest of the portfolio, because ultimately asset classes are supposed to complement each other. When one zigs, the other one zags. What ultimately happens is I've crippled the allocation, okay? Same thing on the equity side, okay? If I allocate between products that aren't efficient, let's say equity products, or maybe have too high cost or whatever, then I'm crippling that part of the leg. Third leg on the stool is you want to take out any inefficiency that creates portfolio drag. Okay, what is portfolio drag? Portfolio drag is any item that potentially hinders results. Results can be seen in both growth and income, yield. This is a long list of things, but this is the third leg on the stool. So you've got first leg allocation, second leg deployment. Now you've got take away any inefficiency. The last leg on the stool is actually the ongoing monitoring. And this is where out of all of the legs, oddly enough, the most ongoing active part of a portfolio is the fourth leg. And that is the ongoing monitoring of the other three legs, okay? It's the practical application of applying and building and constructing the portfolio. And what we have found is because a lot of the retail advisors within the world we're in don't have a team of analysts, they can't support the three legs. They can't even begin deploying the money or constructing a portfolio efficiently, because it actually takes a team to do that. And even if you do deploy it efficiently initially, there's so many variables that are taking place within the world we're in, portfolios moving, style drifting, fund asset classes taking a lead, but next year they're not. If you're not careful, within a couple years, once you've deployed a portfolio, if you don't have that ongoing team monitoring and evaluating, and you don't have the technology to monitor the risk, and we call it upside downside capture risk, but if you don't have that ongoing process taking place, it's pretty much impossible to build an efficient portfolio. Every client we have has a need. Most clients want a legacy left behind. And that's basically what we have here. A whole team building these efficient portfolios and constructing them, because ultimately a client benefits if we do.